Hello! Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to TotK, where we have two guys that have a little more time than they should have on their hands, but not
And
enough.
absolutely no business talking about anything.
But not enough to actually play Tears of the Kingdom as much as they want to. But
We're trying. We're
we're
trying.
we're,
Okay?
we're working our way through.
We're
We've
trying.
played a lot. I've played most of it, but
Well,
that's
you've beaten the game.
I've
I've just done a lot of the useless things on the side.
I've beaten the game with air quotes. Cuz I technically beat the boss, but there's so much stuff left to do. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got
Well, it's twice as big as last freaking game.
at least twice as big, yeah. Um
Mm-hmm.
but we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
This is
Your mom
Talk
got
to
sidetracked.
Talk. We're doing something a little bit different. We're not live streaming it this time. That was something that we did the first time, but we're not doing it anymore. No more
But you can
live
find
streaming.
it premiering on our channels on
Yeah.
this Monday, which,
I'll probably have
well,
it
it's past Monday.
premiere on my YouTube channel.
Anyway,
Editor, cut this out.
you're the editor.
I'll probably just have a text that says no.
Love that.
Uh,
Anyway.
anyway, we're here to talk about Tears of the Kingdom, and that is what we will do right now. This is a long intro.
Yo, mama's a long purse intro.
Oh, okay. So, the first thing.
Editor, cut that out.
This is where the no comes in. The first thing that we want to talk about is uh shrines. They exist in the game. They're back from the last one.
They are back from the
They
last one, which is both a
exist.
blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm. The shrines are back in similar glory. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the design that they chose for the shrines.
Oh, like the exterior or the interior?
The entire design. So
The entire design.
yes. So the shrines on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
they work mechanically the same. Right?
Yes.
They're mechanically
In
exactly the
essence,
same to the old shrines.
they're precise. They're just new.
Mm-hmm.
They're Zonai, and they're like they're different. They're different puzzles, which I
Yeah.
like puzzles, and that's fine. But the real issue is like just the freaking system for getting leveled up in the
Mm-hmm.
game is you have to complete shrines that take a good like 15 minutes of gameplay average to get through. And I'm not talking about blessings.
I don't like blessing shrines. Straight up.
I don't mind blessing shrines depending on what I have had to go through to reach the shrine. Cuz sometimes I just want to get back to my exploring.
Well, the thing I'm thinking is, why does it need to even be in its own separate area? Why can't it just give you the light blessing? Why does it? Why do you have to go into the shrine to get that?
Um Probably because the developers couldn't find a good way to make it work in the overworld.
Excuse me? They make it work with other items. They make it work with rupees. You get rupees for completing quests.
Yeah, but I don't want to freaking pick up a rupee in the like I'll pick up a rupee in the overworld, but if you just see a of what are they called? The light blessings on the ground?
Well, I'm not saying have it on the ground. I'm saying have something that triggers it. That's not
Right.
the shrine. Like, why does it have to be a shrine?
Because the structure on the inside is larger, and usually with the blessings, they also give you a treasure chest. a significant
Mhm.
value.
Why can't it be just like a little effigy of Rauru and a chest next to it? Like, there's
Oh,
no.
that'd be cute.
Mhm.
Like a teeny little tiny one
Yeah.
that you could break or attach to your shield. Speaking of, I put the the sand seal statue on my shield for the Gibdo boss.
S- Sand seal statue?
You know, in the Gerudo town, how you have to use the sand seal statue behind the throne to get down into the like basement. Do you know that? Or did you
I
go use the waterways underneath
I use
to
the
get up?
waterways underneath. That
Okay.
is that is awesome and
So
very
behind the
interesting.
throne, the sand seal statue behind the throne, you can move the top off of it and use that to access underneath and get there super easy. It's really fast.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but it's something that you can move and attach with Ultra Hand, and I just happened to have the fuse ability for my sword out. And I just fucking attached it to my. Actually, no, I attached it to a Gerudo like claymore, and freaking had that for Gibdo Queen. I was like, all right, bringing the pride of the Gerudo with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really funny. Ryan freaked out about it when he saw it on my stream.
I'm gonna have to do that uh next week.
I don't know if the sand seal is movable after you clear the fog though,
I mean,
or
I would
this
assume.
shroud. I don't know. You could try it. I feel like I tried it and it didn't work out for me.
Uh well, that's sad.
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to replay this entire game now.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's a good game. Play it.
Anyway,
Anyway, you were
uh
talking about shrine design.
the new shrines, they're pretty much the old ones with just like one quality of life improvement and a palette swap.
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
What's the quality of life improvement?
the quality of life improvement is that you don't have to press a button to like go down into them. You just walk into them.
That's valid. It's
Mhm.
still a loading screen though.
Yes, which I don't know how it wouldn't be. Like even going into the depths technically has a loading screen.
Not a fish. Like, yes, but no.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem like a loading screen.
Yeah, unless you do some dumb stuff, then it's very obvious that there's a loading screen there.
What's the dumb stuff? Bring it down.
So one time while I was in the depths, I got the little like hover bike thing where you have the fans on either side of a control stick,
Hmm.
and you use that, and it's like a really nice glider kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I am strapped for items because I'm dumping all of my resources into getting more energy cells. So I want to
Right.
conserve as many of these things as possible. So I'm taking this bike up, and I'll have I can make it really hard on editing Matt and have him play a clip from the video where I'm
Hmm.
flying this thing up
Right.
through one of the depth holes. All right? And I get to a
Hmm.
certain point and my bike loses the energy and I start to fall. And because of that, it freaked the game out. And I just like it was frozen for a solid like 10 seconds.
Nor. Not that.
But if you're not doing that, you can't notice it.
Fair. Fair.
Mhm. uh and that is very applicable to shrine design.
That's
Very
that's
applicable.
what we like to call a tangent. But I'm okay with that because that
Yes.
was funny to
Yeah,
hear
it's a
about.
great story.
And I want to watch it.
uh and then the inside of the shrines, it's it's the same thing but with a palette swap on
It's a
the
little bit of
inside.
the same thing. I've seen some that are some of the like tests of strength.
Mhm.
Specifically, the one by Laurelland Village is like the Eventide Island challenge,
Oh
but
yes,
which I loved
those
that.
ones
That
are
was really
awesome.
good. I watched a friend play it today. I played that one a
Hmm.
while back, I think on stream actually, and it was really fun, but I didn't realize that you can ultra hand the fucking rafts that they're going around on and just knock them into the water. Just be like,
Oh.
bye bye. And I was watching a friend play it, and he used ultra hand to like move a box or something, and I saw the thing light up, and I was like, "Are you
Come on.
are you twisting?"
Come on, spit it out.
uh,
You got this.
no.
You're just done. Cut
Spit
that
that
out.
out.
We're being very professional here.
We're not professional. Welcome to the scuff. We
Welcome
both scuff.
to Scuff Talk. Yeah, those Eventide, there are more of them. I've done a few of them. They're
Mhm.
they're nice. Yeah. It's Eventide was probably one of my favorite parts of Breath of the Wild. I just tend not to go back because I like using my cool items.
That is so valid.
So that's the only downside is it does like force you to use the items in that one, and you can't take any of the items with you when you leave.
That's the one downside.
Hmm.
That's the one thing that made me very sad is that you couldn't take any of the multiples of
Yeah.
shock and ice and fire fruits that you found because I need those in my
Hmm.
daily life.
But as a glitch hunter, that is an entirely new menu, and if we figure out how the menus are saved, there is the potential for exploits with menu duplication, like we had with the last game. But I think people have found item duplication glitches in and of themselves that they've been utilizing instead
That
of
have been getting patched out
yes. I don't
every
know.
time.
I don't know if the most recent one has gotten patched out, but I do know that the first like few were like instantly patched out. Another thing that we want to talk about is the design of the dungeons themselves. What were
Mhm.
your initial thoughts with the arc? The frozen arc?
Good.
No, it was like the Stormwind arc.
Hmm.
Storm Sail arc?
You said it
Looking
was
up the
called the what
name.
arc? The storm arc?
Stormwind arc.
The Stormwind arc.
Yes.
Awesome. Tell me about the Stormwind arc.
The Stormwind arc. The Stormwind arc was really cool to get to. I
Mhm.
really liked how it was just like this mass of clouds just like off in the distance. And as you got closer, you like gained a little bit of an understanding of what was going on. And just trampolining
Mhm.
all the way up into like the eye of a storm is just an
Yeah.
awesome concept.
It is an awesome concept,
The
which I
temple
might
itself.
have cheesed in my past stream.
What did you do?
So I used one of the towers. I went to the Tabantha Highlands Tower because that was what was on my way to getting to the Rito village because I
Mhm.
went kind of around from the Elden side and was just using the sky to get across. And I had gotten close enough to the Stormwind Arc to get not just the lower shrine, but the one that is at the near peak of the clouds to the point where I don't even need to use his abilities. And we're going to see if it even works next time. If I can just teleport to the shrine and what's his face?
Well, do you have
Tula?
Tulin? Do you have
I
Tulin with
don't
you?
have Tulin yet. I do not have Tulin with me yet. I have not used him at all, but I landed at this one island that has hot air balloons on it and used the hot air balloons to get high enough into the sky that I was then able to glide all the way to the highest shrine
I
and then glide down to the lower one.
can I be honest here?
Yes.
I rarely use Tulin to get in.
I used Tulin a couple of times just because it made it easier.
Mhm.
But it was. I'm gonna see next time I stream whether or not that even allows me to just teleport up to the top and keep Tulin with me.
Oh, did you have you beaten the Stormwind arc at this point?
In my own personal playthrough, I
Okay, okay.
hadn't. I have not done it in my stream playthrough.
Okay, I got worried for a second there.
No, I've
Okay.
beat all the temples in my personal and
Whew.
stream time combined.
That's good to hear.
All right, talk about the Stormwind Arc or Wind
Stormwind arc.
Temple.
Going into the Wind tempo? Going into the
Tempo?
Wind Temple was real cool getting in there.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got
Right.
in there, I was hyped that it was like a dungeon with like puzzles that I had to solve.
Mm-hmm.
But
Was it your first temple?
this was the first temple I did.
Same.
But when I did it, I got this very sneaking suspicion that it was very similar to the uh, Divine Beasts, in that you had to like find these different terminals and then you fight the boss. And
Yeah.
it is. It is
It,
very
it
similar to that.
it is very, very similar to that. Like, the nice benefit is that you use the Sage's powers to
Hmm.
unlock it. But the one thing that I wish they would have brought back was dungeons with levels with keys.
Hmm. That would be nice. I do know that he's not gonna do that because the director, uh, is it Ayanuma?
Mimo-
Eiji Ayanuma? I believe he's
the
Zelda.
Nintendo director,
No, Zelda director.
Miyamoto. Isn't Shigeru Miyamoto the Nintendo or the Zelda
Um,
director, or did he move up or down?
I believe he moved up because Miyamoto's more than just Zelda. He also was. I'm pretty sure he was involved in like Mario, and he
Yeah, it's Eiji Aonuma.
Eiji Aonuma. Yeah.
Eiji Aonuma.
So Eiji Aonuma really likes the freedom that the players are allowed uh with the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom structure. And part of that is not hiding things from the player, like keys.
Mm.
So he wants it to be more of like seeing something and being like knowing what you need to do, and the question is how do I do that, not what do I need to find to make this work.
Right.
So
Okay. Well, that's valid, but
mhm,
at the same time, I did miss having the layers of keys and layers of puzzles that you had to solve
yes.
in order to get those keys and progress. Because it was like a maze, which is one kind of puzzle, which they have the mazes,
Mhm.
but then it was puzzles, it was fighting, it was adventure, all in the same building, and that's what I did love about those old timey temples.
Mhm. These new temples are both less structured and more structured in ways that
Oh, they're
I
significantly less
Mhm.
structured, but I'll talk about that in my episode later.
they're less structured in like the form, the like they're less structured in like the hurdles that you need to get through, but they're more
Hmm.
structured in like having continuity of the things you need to do,
Right.
which it's, you know, six of one half a dozen of another.
Right.
But specifically after you go through all those puzzles, which they're nice puzzles, they aren't bad puzzles. um
Hmm.
it might be getting to the point where I realize that I am playing a game that's rated E10 plus. uh
That's valid.
yeah.
That's valid. Ah, the sad
Yeah,
things. We want an R-rated, or we want an M-rated Zelda. Thanks.
no nudity, no gore, just like really hard puzzles.
Speak for yourself.
Oh gosh. Well then.
I want to see the intense fights between Ganon and Link.
Link and Colgira.
I
The
want to see.
steamy tension between Link and Colgira.
I don't know. He was looking at that Octorok in quite a special way.
You know what?
And Sidon,
You're the
we all
one
want
who
that.
doesn't
We all
want
want
us to get
that.
sidetracked. So I think we need to talk about Colgira now.
Okay, talk about Colgira.
Colgira. Very cool looking. When I first saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, we got bosses again. This is awesome. He looks so cool and sick.
Mhm.
And then I fought him.
I did beat him the first try.
I didn't.
What?
Uh-huh. I had 3 hearts. It was like the first place I went to after like doing all the like intro-y bits. It was like the
Yeah.
first actual excursion that I made. I
Yeah.
went there and I fought him and I got hit by one of his I either got hit by one of his tornadoes or from him coming up out of the ground. My editor will definitely show a video of that. Thanks again, editor.
Thanks again, Matt.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's that.
Love that for you.
Mhm.
I also fought him with just the 3 hearts.
Mhm.
Getting up to him, I died a couple of times, but in the fight, I did to get him the first try. But I had also saved up like probably 50 plus arrows.
Mhm. But I knew exactly what I needed to do to defeat him. Instantly, I was just like, "Oh, we're doing that? Okay."
Hmm.
And I instantly, like, I almost beat him that first time. I just died.
Yeah.
At like the tail end of it. I think I had like one section left.
Right.
Which it's a curse of the medium of it being completely open world that they
Right.
can't have bosses be too extremely hard. But also I feel like they should be.
Well, we're
Right?
also used to playing games like Elden Ring, where
That's
the
fair.
bosses are
Crazy.
extremely hard,
They're too hard
and
and super
but
annoying.
it is a partially linear game
Mm-hmm.
that forces you to level up and be able to handle those bosses.
Oh, yeah.
So
Elden Ring, it's like linear, but you can also take your own. But let's not talk about Elden Ring right now.
we're not going to talk
We're
about
here to
Elden
talk
Ring,
about
but
Zelda.
I'm just referencing
Yes,
it when
yes,
we're
yes,
talking
yes.
about Zelda. So I am with you on that, where I
Mhm.
believe that it should be a little bit, I don't know, like just better for the gamers that want a harder experience with it. I think that they
Mhm.
have a lot of harder experiences with it, between a lot of the different enemies that you fight, with having changed up a lot of the attack patterns of many of the original enemies and adding new
Mhm.
ones. I think I've died more in this game, just in the playthroughs I've had for myself, than I died in the original Breath of the Wild.
That's fair. I feel
So,
like in the original Breath of the Wild, I just like flung myself at the Guardians a bunch, and that's what killed me.
see, I
So,
was smart. I avoided those things like the plague until I was ready and had like a freaking nice shield and some arrows.
Mhm.
But
But
back to Colgera.
I'm trying to think if we have anything more to say about Colgira. It's super easy.
Any more thoughts on the Wind Temple itself and the design of it?
I mean I really like how they implemented the like seemingly Rito culture into the design of the Wind Temple, and it wasn't just
Hmm.
this massive bird.
I also liked
Mhm.
that. But then again, the meadow was designed not by the Rito, but by the Sheikah.
Yeah, but still, it's like there was so much like Sheikah stuff in Breath of the Wild that it's
Right.
refreshing to be able to see
The
the
culture is
culture and
more
history
balanced.
of these other races.
I 100% agree. I love that. I love that perspective.
Yeah.
And I'll
Uh,
probably be thinking about that more when I'm engaging with the rest of the
mhm.
temples.
And another thing about culture
Hmm.
is the Garrido. The Garrido have a ton of culture.
And I'm gonna stop you right there
Oh,
because we're 40 minutes in
oh
to
my
recording.
gosh. I am so sorry. Holy
You're
cow.
good.
That
All
went so
right,
quickly.
you're good. That just gives us another chance to talk about the Gibdo Queen at a later date.
Yes. All right. Well, uh thank you guys. This is the end of the recording, right?
This is gonna be the end of the recording. Go ahead and do your
Yeah.
outro, and then
I'll do an
I'll
outro.
introduce the fact that they can go watch my stream or my
Okay.
video.
So we were gonna have it be 2 parts, but no more.
Well,
Uh
we're still gonna have it be 2 parts because I'm gonna record my part
okay. Are you
after this, but I'm going to be a lot more like we're gonna go. We're gonna gun it.
we're gonna gun it? Okay.
We're gonna gun it.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking the comments and doing all the things that make it real cool and awesome that you are watching this because you're on YouTube. Do all the things. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for Elementary joining me here for Talk to Talk again. If people want to find you out on the interwebs, where can they do that, Elementary?
All right, you can go to www.twitch.tv/Elemenre. You can find me there. I have all the links to my socials there as well. You can also find me at YouTube. It's at Elemenre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't type it in the search bar unless you want to make sure that they're actually looking for Elemenre and not Element, because they hate me, which is fine. Um,
And I'll also add the links in the thingy down there.
Thank you for adding links in the description.
Yes.
All right, but you can find me there, and go ahead and go to my channels because you'll be able to watch the second part of TotK Talk from this week over there,
Yes. All right. Well,
which we
good.
got a lot of fun topics to talk about over there.
Yes, it'll be so much fun. Well, goodbye from here, and we'll see you over there. Bye.
Bye.